I'm Vanessa Canvey, and in this video I'm going to tell you some of my top tips for a first timer coming to Ghana, one of my favourite places in the world. This video is sponsored by Surfshark. So the first thing is tap water. I wouldn't be drinking the tap water. Personally, we use bottled water, so we actually have a dispenser, but if you're just coming on holiday, you're not gonna have a dispenser. So we use bottled water for brushing our teeth, for even like boiling pasta, boiling rice, having tea, like cup of tea, you know, drinking, but that might be a bit excessive, but I would definitely say don't drink the tap water for various reasons. Light out. So if you've never been here before, you might not know that the lights can go out at any time. It doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. So I would bring a torch along in case the place you're staying doesn't have a generator, which is like a backup electricity supply, so that if it comes out at night, because it gets dark at 6 o'clock here, you can still see around wherever you are. The next thing is mosquitoes. There is mosquitoes here and there is malaria here. Do not let that put you off coming to this beautiful country, but it's definitely something to be aware of. Mosquito repellent is something that you'll want to bring. We use the Incognito mosquito repellent, I think it's called. It's got like no nasties, that sort of thing. But mosquitoes start to come out when it starts to get dark. And it gets dark here at about 6 p.m. So from like 5, 6, the mosquitoes start to make themselves known. So we don't really go out in the evenings, but of course if you're coming here especially to party, you will be out in the evenings. So just lather yourself in mosquito repellent. There's also at some restaurants you can ask for a coil. So it's like a mosquito coil that keeps mosquitoes away from you. I would do that. And if you do get bitten, and if you do happen to get a temperature, then go to your local pharmacy and they can do like a prick test. It's 15 cedis, which is like £2, and they can tell you there and then if it's malaria, and if you want to get a blood test, you can do that. I've been living here now for 6 months and I've not had malaria, but when I used to come on holiday, I used to take anti-malarials. So initially when I was like a baby, I used to take Larium, which is a once a week tablet, but then some information came out about that, about how it might not be the best one to go for. So then I started taking Malaria, which is a once a day anti-malarial, and I took that up until I moved here. But you know, when you're here for a long period of time, it's not advised to continue taking anti-malarials, especially those ones that are quite strong. Obviously that choice is totally up to you. I'm just making you aware of mosquitoes and malaria. The other thing is mosquitoes like to be in things like trees, plants, grass, water. So in those areas, you're probably gonna find mosquitoes. This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN, and that actually is another thing to take into consideration. If you're wanting to watch some of your favorite shows, for example, a show that I have been loving is High Life, but I can't watch it here in Ghana with my location set to Ghana. So that's when I turn on my Surfshark VPN, which changes the location of my device. And the great thing about Surfshark VPN is that you can use it on multiple devices. So I can have on my laptop, the iPad, my phone, and so I can change my location to the UK. Another way to use it is if you're staying in a hotel or you're using a cafe's Wi-Fi network, because people can actually get into your computer and steal your information. So you definitely want to turn on your VPN so that your network line is secure, so people cannot get into your computer. Use my code to get 83% off and also 3 months extra free. Head down into the link in the description and click on that and you can download Surfshark. There's a couple things you need to do before you come. One is get a visa, unless you've got an ECOWAS passport. So unless you have a Ghanaian passport or one of the other ECOWAS passports, you need a visa, and I would do it in plenty of time because each place can take different lengths of time. Sometimes you can pay more for a quicker service, which could be a good thing if you're on a tight schedule. And another thing that you will need because of COVID times, you need to get a negative PCR test 72 hours before you fly. You also need to pay for your COVID test that happens when you land before you fly. It's $150 if you are a non-citizen and it's $50 if you are a citizen. And then the next thing you need to do is complete your health declaration form again before you come. and that means when you arrive, everything will be pretty seamless. Also, there is Wi-Fi in the airport, so when you land and you need to contact somebody that's coming to pick you up or whatever, you can turn on that free Wi-Fi. I think it's called like Kia Airport Wi-Fi or something like that, and you can contact people that way. Okay, now we're on to currency. So the currency that they use here is called the Ghana cedi, and it isn't really possible to get them when you're in, let's say, the UK. You know how when you go to America, you might take your money and take out dollars. There, they don't have them. So what I do is, first of all, I have bank cards which don't take a charge. So I use like Monzo and Sterling Bank, but you can also use any bank card, to be honest, but you just might get a fee when you're taking out from the cash machine. So you can take out from the cash machine, you can also use your card, but you can also just bring some of your currency to change at Forex Bureau when you arrive. Obviously, like, I don't like to carry a lot of cash. I don't normally carry much cash, but it's good to have a little bit in case there's an issue with your card or something like that. The exchange rates at the moment are about 6 cedis to $1 and 8 cedis to £1. The next question might be, is it expensive? And honestly, that is such a subjective question, because you could find a house or an apartment to stay at or a hotel that's going to cost like $400 per night, but you can just as equally find a nice hotel for $15 per night. I actually have a video that covers a whole host of accommodations for every budget, which I'll link here, and you can actually see somewhere that's $15 and somewhere that is $400 per night on there. So you can live expensively here, you can eat at the top restaurants, but I would say they're equivalent to maybe like London prices, some places, or you can eat at nice restaurants that aren't just like ridiculously priced. And then the other thing is, if you shop in the market, then you're going to get things for really affordable pricing. So, you know, you can really live however you want to live when you're here. Getting around. So getting around is quite easy. You can either hire a car and a driver. You can hire a car and drive yourself. But for a first timer, I would maybe like see how it is for a couple days, because driving here isn't for everyone. And then the other thing you can do is just hire like Bolts. So that is just like a service that you order to wherever you are. It's an app, and then they come to you. Another thing you can do is use public transport like Trotros, and that again takes a little bit of like local knowledge to know where to collect them and where to get off, but that is again more affordable. So I'd say hiring a car and a driver, most expensive, then a Bolt, which is extremely affordable, and then using public transport like Trotros. Sun cream. So it is hot and the sun is strong. So if you are somebody that uses sun cream or natural sun creams, bring them with you, because they aren't widely available here, and if they are, they're quite expensive. So I would definitely bring your sunscreens with you and apply it, because it is very hot. Bugs. So there is bugs here, and I'm actually not a big bug fan, but I live here and I'm fine. Things that I would do is, if you're going to go hiking in a forest or anything like that, I definitely wear shoes and socks, like shoes as in trainers and socks. Another thing is that when you are buying from a supermarket, if you're doing that, check that it's completely sealed. So if it's in like a cardboard box, things like pasta, rice, those sort of things, bugs can get in there. And if you watch my vlogs, you will see I've encountered that in things like Weetabix. So definitely just check that they're completely sealed so you don't get bugs in there. The other thing is, if you leave food out, ants will come. So make sure that once you finish eating, that sort of thing, you put things in the bin, you put them in a sealed box, and to help prevent ants and those sort of things coming into your way. Another thing that you'll need is your yellow fever certificate. So to come into the country, you need to have had your yellow fever vaccine. So you can look into that a bit more, and then you get like a yellow card. So when you come in, they ask for it, and then they take it, and then you get through to the next step. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it was helpful, and enjoy your time in Ghana. Make sure to check out Surfshark VPN in the description below for that incredible discount. See you in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell so you're notified every time I make an upload. Thank you so much. See you. Bye.